Have you ever been at the point in your life where you're sick and tired of being sick and tired? What I mean by that is a lot of us are sitting in positions where we're in the same spot as we were the previous year. So you have to watch this video if you want to get into sales. You know, I remember being a golf caddy at 16 years old, watching my parents struggle to get down to their last $20. I'm going to preface this video by explaining to you guys nothing is scripted. This is 1000% authentic, and my brain is the one that's speaking to you guys today. So if you really want to get into sales, what would be the first steps? Maybe you're an individual that's graduated high school, you're not going to college, you're trying to figure out the roadmap for your life. The real reason that you should get into sales is because of freedom, okay? But also you have the ability to serve and elevate individuals, make an impact, to be able to actually help people. You know, I remember when I was 18 years old, I had a 1.8 GPA. I didn't know if I was going to go to college. I didn't know what the next step in my life was. That's perfectly fine that a lot of you individuals are in positions where you're like, hey, I don't know what I'm going to do for the rest of my life. What's the craziest thing about any sales professional, and the common denominator with any professional, is the word practice, right? The doctors, the dentists, the lawyers, all these individuals practice. They practice. What's crazy to me is the sales professional is the highest income earning professionals in the entire world. You could take all the doctors, the dentists, the lawyers, the athletes, combine all of their income, and the sales professional out-earns all of them. Now, money should not be the reason that you get into sales. That's kind of like the cherry on top, the way that I look at it. The best part about being a salesman is we face challenges every single day. A salesman is the only creature that faces rejection on a day-to-day basis. We could reach our highest highs or our lowest lows in a 24-hour period. So I'm telling you all this stuff like you face rejection every single day. Like, why should I get into sales? Because you are paid in direct proportions to the problems that you can solve. And you see, the best part about being a sales professional, in my opinion, is all of the relationships that you're able to build with the families that you serve, with other fellow door-to-door salesmen, with other type of sales professionals. You have the ability to put your last name on your back. You have the ability to say, hey, I'm worth X amount of dollars per hour. You see, the crazy thing to me is a lot of people have these 9-to-5s with not many challenges, and they're told, hey, this is what you're worth on an hourly basis. You have the ability to make these plays, but understand that decisions will decide your wealth along that process. So if I was an 18-year-old kid, maybe you're a 30-year-old individual, maybe you're 50 years old and you want to get into sales, what would be the actionable first steps to actually make those plays? And I think sales broken down to the ridiculous is the technique, the words that come out of your mouth. The attitude is what's programmed up here, and the behavior of what you do on a day-to-day basis. When you get into sales, there's certain things that you can do to become better, and it starts with having an absolute certain clarity within your vision. You see, if I can see it, I can achieve it. If I believe it, I can achieve it. But what happens is most people are interested when they need to be committed. They enter an idea and then they decide to exit. And what I mean by that is most people, what you do occasionally will change nothing every single time. So how do you take the steps to be able to become a top sales professional? Well, first things first is when you find a company, you have to understand you have to find a leader. People don't quit companies, they quit leadership. So really what you should first find is that quality leader, that quality mentor that can actually lead you on that roadmap. Once you have that quality individual and that quality company that you're going to actually represent, the next step is understanding that you as the individual are the product and the service. The psychology of yes starts with you. You have to be able to have that absolute belief, conviction. The top salespeople shine with conviction. They have this absolute catching belief about themselves. A salesman is first off a man that can sell himself to himself, or a woman that can sell themselves to themselves. So if I'm in your position and I'm saying, hey, I'm just getting into sales, I just found the right leader, you know, I found the right roadmap for me, what would be the next steps? The next steps is you commit to the activity. You commit now and you figure it out later. You see, most people, they'll try something and they won't become great at it at the very beginning, and they'll decide to retreat, to comfort. You'll be able to attain these skill sets to be able to make income for the rest of your life. You see, even if you don't want to get into sales, really what sales is broken down to the ridiculous is communication and persuasion. It's not what I say, it's not how I say it, it's how I make somebody feel. Persuasion is asking the right questions to solve these families' problems. You see, and some of you guys might be like, sales? I'm not getting into sales. I hate salesmen. I don't like sales. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, we should have never been called salesmen from the beginning. We should have been called servants. And the reason why is because we're in the business of serving other people, helping out their situations. Some days I wake up and I say, hey, how am I going to really help somebody? I want to create a relationship that's going to last for 25 years with somebody that I'm going to go meet today. And the idea of serving is how you can give people way more than they expect. It's very fulfilling to be a top sales professional, not only because of the impact that you can make, but the relationships that you can build. So should you get into sales? No, you shouldn't get into sales. You should get into becoming a servant. And that's why we should have been called as salespeople. So if you're ready to serve, if you're ready to work on your technique, if you're ready to bulletproof your mind, if you guys understand the behavior that it takes, next to the word success is the word sacrifice. When I was 18 years old, I heard the most successful people would do things that unsuccessful people were not willing to do. First comes the action, then comes the motivation. First you move, then you have the power. You see, a lot of you guys might be hearing this and saying, I want to get into sales, but do not be the wishbone. Do not be the jawbone that talks about it. Be the backbone. Risk is the down payment for success. Sometimes these opportunities might only come once or twice in your life, but it can completely change the trajectory and the direction that you're going. You can put your last name on your back. You can say, hey, I'm ready to go out and prove it. I'm ready to go set up my family for decades. You guys have the ability to continuously get better. And my mentor, Tom Hopkins, defines the word of success as the continuous journey towards the achievements of predetermined worthwhile goals. As I mentioned, the continuous journey, we're all at a different point on this roadmap that we call life. We're all who we are because of our life experience. But if you can get on that continuous journey and understand that your life is like a stock, every decision that you make will help you or hurt you. Everything you say during this presentation will help you or hurt you. If you say, hey, I really want to do this, I really want to get better, I challenge you to take action, because next to the word success is sacrifice. There's going to be a lot of sacrifice that's involved with the journey, and I'm here for you. I'm rooting for you guys, and I want to see you win. And that's the reason why you should get into sales.